goodness. All right, so we are looking at lesson 2-4. So weird how trying to get the camera angles together. This is simply a review again of 3rd grade. We're going to hit some new material tomorrow with adding and subtracting decimals. On the guided practice, it says for you to subtract and use inverse operations to check your answers. Does everybody understand what the inverse operation is? So what is the inverse operation of subtraction? Addition, right? So if you're adding, the inverse is subtracting. If you're subtracting, the inverse is addition. So here we just want everything lined up by place value. This is number 1 on your guided practice. That was from my other class. We cannot take 8 away from 7. So what do we need to do? We need to borrow from next door, right? So we're going to borrow a 10, and that makes this 17. And the 2 turns into a 1. So if I have 8, but I need 17, count up, what's the difference?
9.
Very good. Can I take 3 away from 1? No.
5 turns into a 4, and then the 1 turns into 11.
Perfect. So go next door.
And then 8, yeah.
Okay, we have 3, we need 11, so the difference is 8. And what's the difference between 3 and 4? 1. So everybody should have that on their guided practice number 1. Number 2, we have 716. We're subtracting 254. Can I take 4 away from 6? No. Really?
Yes. 2.
Very good. If I count up from 4 to 6, I have 2. Can I take 5 away from 1?
7 turns into a 6. And then 1 turns into 11.
Perfect. What's the difference between
6?
Stop. Isaac, what's the difference between 5 and 11? Count up. Excellent. 6. Kennedy, can I take 2 away from 6? Yes. What's the difference, William? Count up. From 2 to 6 is? Excellent. Now, both of these are subtraction, right? So we're going to do the inverse operation to check them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take the number I got, and I'm going to add it to the number that was subtracted. I should end up with the number I was subtracting from. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
So 9 plus 8 is what?
9 minus 8 is
9 plus 8 is
17.
17. I'm going to carry my 1. 8 and 1 is 9 plus 3. Is 12. Right? You guys can move where you can see better. Then I've got 2 plus 3 is
2 plus
5.
5.
If this matches what I was subtracting from, I have subtracted here correctly. If it does not match where I subtracted from, I need to redo my subtraction or double check my addition.
So it is.
Okay? So we're going to do a check on this last one. What number will I write down first to add?
462.
462. The answer I got. Oop. I'm going to add it to what?
254.
254, the number I subtracted, right?
Yes, ma'am. And you should get the.
Okay, Ramsey, what is 4 plus 2?
6.
6. Brian, what is 6 plus 5?
6 plus 5. 11.
Excellent. Carry my 1. Abby, what is 4 plus 1 plus 2?
7.
Excellent. 7.
So we did it.
Is that the number we started with?
Yep.
Absolutely. So when you see that in your directions to use the inverse operation to check your answer, this is what they're expecting to see. Okay? And remember, we're not always going to get questions that ask us, what's the answer? Sometimes we're going to get questions that ask us, how do we get there? Okay? I have no idea, baby. I have no idea. All right, let's look at number, everybody have this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good to go, girls? You girls good? You have this? No, we're about to. I'll leave it there for you, babe. All right, let's look at number 3. 139 minus 86. Serenity, if I start at 6 and end at 9, what's the difference? Serenity. Count up. I have 6, but I need 9. 3, yes ma'am. Abby, can I take 8 away from 3? No. Isaac, what am I going to do to be able to subtract this number? But we can't take 8 away from 3. What do I have to do first? Okay. So I'm going to make the 3 into a 13 by borrowing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Harley, if I have 8 and I need 13, what's the difference? Start it out, count up. 5, very good. And of course, there's a 0 here, so there's nothing to subtract. So I'm not going to bring that 0 down into my answer. Okay? There's no point. All right, let's look at that last one. It has some bigger numbers. Number 4 in your guided practice. 1,268. We're subtracting 429. Can we subtract 9 from 8, Elijah?
No.
No. So where do we need to go and what do we need to
We
do?
need to borrow from the 6, and that turns that into a 5 and 18. 8 to 18.
Okay? So Jersey, if I have 9 but I need 18, what is the difference? I have 9, but I need 18. What's the difference? We're going to count up. You can pick someone.
I think it might be 9.
Okay? 9.
Plus 9 is 18.
Okay, so Jersey, try this one for me. If you have 2, but you need 5. Yes, ma'am. Blaine, can I take 4 away from 2?
4. No.
No. So what do I need to do?
You have to go to the next door neighbor and take away.
Take away 10. Okay? So when I do that, I now have 4, but I need 12. What's the difference, Serenity? I have 4, but I need 12. What's the difference? Eight is the difference. All right, so nothing to add in the thousands column, so we're just going to leave it alone, right? And then, of course, you would do the inverse operation to check it. Okay? We're going to skip 5 because that problem comes from a previous page that we're actually not looking at. So let's jump to number 6. Says Brenda would like to have 275 songs on her computer by next year. How many more songs does she need to download? We don't know because we don't know anything about Brenda. So let's skip 6 too. My bad. But is there anybody that does not understand? All we're doing is reviewing how to subtract whole numbers. If they give that equation to us horizontally, what do we need to do first?
Maybe we can stack them on top of each other.
Very good. I want you to stack them on top of each other
Because it's easier.
and line them up by place value.
Yeah, this one.
All right. Any questions on any of those?
No.
So on your playlist,